Let's do this. We are the Red Shirt Geeks. I'm Patrick, and I keep forgetting to rotate that so you don't have to see all the bad shit going on behind the scenes. Because, yeesh. There's some fugly shit going on there, folks. What the hell's... is it just... Oh, that's the corner of my desk. Okay. Right there. Okay, I was trying to figure out what that was. Because my camera gets moved all the time, so I don't know. And we're going to continue working on Adraeon. Let's see here. Oh, today. Look, I've got everything opened. Let's open these two first. I do want to read this document, though. The reason why... But we're mainly working on this one. And yes, a character in my world is dropping the OpenD&D hashtag, if you're wondering. But to be fair, our Moon Song is... well, you've seen if you haven't seen Deadpool, what the hell's wrong with you? 1. And 2, yeah, that. Although, I'm reminded she was not the first character to have the Bardic meta-knowledge. That character was Hetfield von Ulrich from my original Dragons of Adraeon campaign, where I first came up with the world and a few basics of it. And I've been growing it since. So there's all that. Time before, beginning. Where was I last? And Gods of the Air, I still got to paste. I just didn't get to the grunt work. This is the precursor age. The precursor age. Blah, 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 blah. We don't even want to go into Ard Moonsong banging dragons. But he looked hot, so it's like, why not? Sure. Yeah, I can slip into Ard pretty easy. There's a good amount in her. I got a good amount of self-insert. Not fully because I don't have tits. Well, I got moobs, but let's see here. Mave, Great Dragon. Okay, that's okay. So first age. I don't know. I have to look at this. Yeah, I gotta change this. I do this. All this is earlier stuff. Yeah, blah 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 blah. Yeah, we're gonna fix this, but okay. Do I have any character names? That's yeah. The second age is the life of Adraeon. Lives of Adraeon. Okay, I will look through this. This is yeah. Blah 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 blah. Okay. Okay, so let's get back to this. Okay. Okay, I need to figure out names for Mave. The problem is, this entire species I've created that doesn't otherwise exist. So fantasy. I gotta look through and see if pixies. Let's look. I need to find something. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so I have to be careful here because yeah, I don't want to look at real world names. When I'm naming PCs, I will often pick a culture and use names from that so I can kind of get a flavor. So that they all have fairly distinct names. Let's see here. Blah, blah, blah. And Banshee. Nope. Demon names, maybe? I need to come up with a naming structure. Demon names doesn't satisfy me. Death names. Gulabata. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna have to create. Okay, so we're gonna. We're just gonna call Mave language stuff because right now, that is my goal, is to just come up with something. Which means I need to go to another document. Sunken Tower Ruins. It's one of my island ones. Okay. Okay. Got it. Okay. Okay, so I got a laugh. Okay. Here's the thing. I don't have to be... Okay. Okay, I think I got this. Okay, let's book. Okay, so let me think here. A lot of this is just coming up with ideas. Okay. Nope. I want to try. Nope. Norse Raven names. Snakes. Sugar and orc. Let's look at those. No, in something insect. Trying. Nope. Okay. And link it. Stonehill. That's hill rises up, so there we go. I literally just created, that's how, so. Okay, so male and female will be... Okay, we're going to start with just a male and a female designation. Okay. Okay. Why this? Because I want to build this. Okay. Okay, so let's get a Hydra name. We like this one. So we'll go... Oops. See. Okay. Uh-oh, hang on just a sec. This way, when this way, as my characters move through things, I'm going to be able to give them a little bit more stuff. Okay. Mix OSG. There we go. There we go. Hydra. Oops, okay. Okay. There we go. I have literally just... Okay. I have literally just invented how the name... a basic naming convention. Okay, so now I can go back to this big document. Okay. I don't know. Hoilepa? Not sure exactly. I'm just kind of come up with ideas. I literally just invented how I'm going to name my fantasy precursor species' name, and it's took a lot of stuff. Lepa, got it. I probably won't use your name anymore. I just try to say it at least once on the stream since I see it. But yeah, because usually it's a conversation between two people, so I don't have to say, well, Lepa, I think you this, and oh, also Lepa, because yeah, if we get more than one person, in this chat, I will be surprised. So let me catch up on the speed. Basically, I am creating a history of my world. I kind of have the bits and pieces, and I got a timeline that I'm going to have to re-revise and all that stuff. And I may switch in, but I was looking at my but I went back to looking at the next adventure I'm going to be running from my big 8-person Saturday night group, which we won't run till October at the earliest. But I came up with a name for the tower that they're going to explain, which is Cha Perst 2 Lo Kchut. And I just figured out I'm going to use Hydra names for first names, Gargoyle names to generate family clan names. Because it will be completely confusing. And then I came up with 6 gender designators. The last name has which actually appears in this sentence here, which is of. No, this is the actual history, although bits and pieces of it will be written as though it was recorded by people. But if I need to create a legend, I will create a legend. But 99% of what my parties in this world will find from them is a completely undecipherable language. To where comprehend language will get enough that they'll be able to get a general idea. And plus, when they ask for names on things, I'll be able to hand them the names. Which reminds me, I just thought of something. Hold on. I gotta find one because I'm going to need one. I gotta stay from that way because I might actually put an N in that one. I have to know what actually happened first. On the downside, one of the regular characters that appears in my world a lot is the mother of the god of my world. And literally the first character I played in D&D back in the last decade after a decade or two of not playing D&D, I got back into D&D in a 3.5 game, created a bard, and because of the way she left that campaign, she literally has become a central character of my entire world. And then after creating the world and creating the god, I said, how can she be related to him? Oh, she'll be his mother, because of course she would be. That character is Aran Moonsong. So, to give you an idea, I gotta find it. Let's jump to the very beginning of this document, which is basically, this is the actual history that is known. But I will read in her voice the opening paragraph she left, of course. The threads of space and time and fate weave between all the worlds of the multiverse and other multiverses in what I like to call the metaverse. Sometimes in new guises and with new names, because of copyright, characters will reappear and new stories will be told. Then sometimes you have to create a new timeline and cast younger and hotter actors, then take Kirk and recast him as a shittier bard in a 3.5 one, and make the movie where the default world and setting of the world's most overrated role-playing game actually fucking works. Also, I think they use a fat cat as a reference for the dragon, which is funny as shit. Either way, it's a justification why shit gets mixed up, like dropping a Time Lord in as a starship captain, or why IRL sets appear on other planets, or why people like gnomes and elves get slandered in pop culture, and we get fantasy and space and magic school, like the other franchise where that one bitch who pissed off everyone except people who suck, and even the guy who went to play corpse and stab out a horse's eyes in their show. At least this story isn't in phase who gives a fuck because somebody can't let the franchise breathe for a second. Shit, I'm rambling too much. A bit too much. I guess I'll have to hashtag out of this motherfucker. Well, actually, my bard god is My bard god is actually a guy by the name of Saint Hetfield, who who has never really had a backstory of how he became a god. In one of my adventures, I have just introduced him as an NPC. With two PCs who are probably going to become gods themselves. Yeah. Adraeon Moonsong basically has an ability that was originally given to a character by the name of Hetfield von Ulrich, more on him in a minute, called Bardic Meta-Knowledge. It's the ability to reference things outside of this universe or of the D&D multiverse. In other words, things that the characters couldn't possibly know. Like Adraeon knowing that I'm the person writing her actual dialogue. She actually knows, the character knows that, and when I'm playing the character, sometimes I'll rip on myself or the DM or whoever. Oh, she Deadpools the shit out of this shit. Which is why in here she references a line from Mariner from Lower Decks, Star Trek Lower Decks, and then references Chris Pine being recast as Edgin in the D&D movie. The fact that she hates 3-5 bards, that was her first incarnation. And of course I'm going to take a shot at WotC because, yeah, fuck those guys. Thembershad. This is a reference to a Star Trek-like game that I played with my buddy Lars in high school, where the captain of the ship was actually a Doctor Who Time Lord. That game was a bit fucked in the ass. This is a reference to literally every Star Trek episode where they show up on a planet. And yeah, you have this planet, and you have the Roman planet, you have other planets. The most recent one was the Midwest town model they did for the last episode of Strange New Worlds, so they could just burn it down and destroy it. But oh well. And gnomes and elves obviously being made into garden gnomes and Santa's elves. Fantasy in Space is Spelljammer, Magic School like that other franchise, referencing both Strixhaven and Harry Potter. Even the guy who went on to play Corpse and Stab Out His Eyes in another show, that is Dan Radcliffe. Phase Who Gives a Fuck is definitely MCU. Somebody can't let the franchise breathe for a second. That is literally every franchise out there. Yeah. I haven't played Star Trek in any Star Trek role-playing game in a long while, although Lars and I are trying to at some point get some Star Trek Adventures, the Modifius version, which if I would get, and I borrowed the character art from Star Trek Online, but there's my captain. She's an awesome Andorian and likes to hack people. Okay. And yeah. And we know why I have that hashtag in there. This comes from the forward of The Book of Knowledge, Most Egregious, as told by Adraeon, aka The Book of Meta-Knowledge. I win 15. I win. Maybe 20. Damn, I can't even remember. Hold on. Which reminds me, complete side note, the only downside is there's so much to catch up on. Hold on. Let me put this in the chat. Homebrew creations. Because, of course, I built the Book of Meta Knowledge. There's some typos in this, but if you ever are playing a game and you want to really break the campaign, although I did at least have the decency to make the artifact require you at least have to be able to attune. You have to attune, you have to be a spellcaster, and you have to be able to at least cast 6-level spells, which means level 11. Because this is full of side references and bullshit. Like giving some degree of bardic meta knowledge, boosting charisma, because it's primarily for a bard, although a sorcerer or a warlock could really have fun with this. Or even you have odd things. You have actual Medicaid. Actual once per day, you get to ask the DM 3 questions about a monster stat block. The character asks the actual DM in the world, and then says that, and then of course everybody gets to be confused. You get completely random spells, either really spells 1d3 plus 1 spells of level 5 or less, randomly selected by the DM from homebrew spells. Could be a super powerful, or my perfect example is a spell called Anime Dead. I gotta share that one, because that is the most hilarious. I found this one, I just laughed. First level illusion spell. You point your finger at an undead creature and transform its appearance to that of an anime character. The undead creature is still visibly undead, but may feature clothing or herald typically associated with an anime protagonist or antagonist. Yeah. So yeah, I referenced that. Let's see here. Requisite D30. Once per day, you can heal 1d30 damage spread among any number of allies with 30 because the D30 doesn't get enough love. Less arcane recovery. It's basically the arcane recovery ability that the wizard has, except less powerful. Unless you're the wizard, then you double dip. I Hit It in the Face is actually a reference to a play that was turned into a movie called Hold on, give me a sec. I have to look that up because I don't remember. But I have some. Okay. Called Of Dice and Men. Worth looking up. Very fun. Great story. Yes. That would be hilarious. Then rock out with your ye olde rooster out. Producers with lute, mandolin, guitar, electric guitar, and a few stringed instruments not invented yet. Just not a plastic game console guitar. You second those from some reason and get disadvantaged if you somehow end up in a modern setting and have to play one of those plastic monstrosities. And then, of course, random properties like any artifact would. Two minor beneficial, 1 major beneficial, and 2 minor detrimental. To be determined by the DM. Destroying the book. Really? You want to destroy this book? A book based on convoluted backstory begun by playing in a bad RPG? Really, that RPGs suck ass. Well, just set on fire using a spell of 9th level that does fire damage. This will burn the book from your world, though it will show up in others and may reappear in your world in 10d 100 years. Or your DM will realize their error and not put this mess of an artifact in their game ever again. I put it in my world, but I gave it to an NPC, so why have I got code up? I don't know. Wow, where was I? I completely okay, we were writing. So we created the world. I created the world. I yeeted the world into existence. Take a shot at real world gods in that. Yeah, most of my dragons in my world are the females are pretty much the dominant ones. The rare male dragons were ill-tempered and brutal, living only to fight and procreate. This led to a note from Adraeon. Male dragons were horny as shit. The line above should have said that they live only to fight and fuck. Because fuck do they like to fucking fuck. There was this one green one named Zarethikax, who I called Z-Dog because I like my tongue to not hurt, at least with pronunciation, who liked to take the form of a barbarian with extra muscles and shit. And boy, when he was in the mood, after all, once you go green, you only like verdant ween. Yeah, I actually wrote that. Okay, and that's how we created dragons, yada 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 yada. And then my big evil, godlike evil dragon, Nalvetsor. Let's see here. Turn the con shipment taking blah. Okay. Okay, when Nalvetsor returns to Hamel, my chaotic evil lineman god. My main god, Adraeon himself, is a neutral god. I decided my god, primary god of my world, is all about balance. His brothers are lawful and chaotic, but both neutral. And then all their children fill out the rest of the alignment chart. Each of these three gods have 2 children, so that we fill out the lawful good and evil, chaotic good and evil, and neutral good and evil. And I'm taking some rapey shit out of their backstory because I don't like it anymore. Okay, so quick explanation. Nalvetsor, evil dragon. Hamel is the chaotic evil god. If you know about it, if you take that name, respell it into the name of a voice actor that voices a certain DC villain, you will figure out exactly where I got that name. Okay, because I do a lot of that. Twist things around just enough to make it so it's a real reference. It's a reference to something else. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so okay, bump. Move this here. Yeah, I have no gods in my life. I have no gods in my real world. Only in my fantasy world. So enjoy your. Wait a minute. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'm rolling into nighttime, and you're. Wait a minute. You got to be. Wait a minute. You said. Hold on. I just looked at that. Wait. From Germany. That's 6 to 7 hours ahead. Yeah, it's the middle of the night for you. Okay. Well, get some sleep if you haven't. Get some sleep if you haven't. If you are just getting up, enjoy your day. Otherwise, get some sleep because it's late. Really late. So, okay. So, let's see here. Yeah, let's see. We need nothing. Another thing I like to do. Let's got it. Okay. Now I know. There we go. Okay. Let's see here. Got it. Okay, so I'll grab this name. Xerxes. Okay, so with my naming convention, we know that biologically appeared to be female was assigned female at birth. Now presents as male, so we use male pronouns. So actually, that's probably the best. Ah, I am going to include that. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Okay, got it. Crap. Oh, okay. So story on Doltantis. Couple things. Obviously Dol I pretty much nipped that from Tolkien. But Doltantis is basically a hilltop fortress. When did my first North campaign, this is the name I gave to a fortress that's held by the common folk against the big bad that my North campaign has to face, which is the threat of the Void, a beyond cosmic entity that's doesn't even exist in the multiverse and threatens literally all of the D&D multiverse. D&D / Pathfinder / any game that shares its root in D&D. Because we can draw a tree from the D&D white box through all the versions of D&D to Pathfinder to all of the OSR stuff. They all exist in somewhat of a same world. So there we go. I was wondering if there was music. But Doltantis, I decided. And Tantis, if you are familiar with the original Thrawn trilogy from the 90s, not the current stuff, this is Legends material. Mount Tantis was the Emperor's storehouse where Thrawn got all of his cool stuff so he could grow himself an army, because they hadn't exactly settled out how cloning worked back then. And all the other fun shit. Okay. There. Oops. Nope. Thunder. Flight of dragons, wing of dragons, or horde of dragons? Horde, nah. I think I like thunder. Okay, I like that one. Dragons is horde, nah. Yeah. La 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 la. Flight of dragons makes sense. Okay, we're going with thunder because I think that is the coolest. I mean, if you can have a murder of crows, you can have a thunder of dragons. The greater magics. Okay, I'm having some fun here. Okay, so what are we gonna... Fun. Okay. Call. There we go. Okay, so we gotta... Okay, so... Okay, we gotta do the... Okay, sorcery. Chakazmaj on Matik. Okay, I like it. Boom. Literally... Yeah. I think this is the word I used for tower. Spire or tower before. And cast magic. Yeah. Yeah, we'll do that. There we go. We've got... Here's the thing. I don't have to invent an entire language. I just have to come up with some convention. Okay, here's the thing. Doltantis is coming up. That's the next major area that my North party has to go to, and they're currently in the town of Finnefort, and they have and it's a tower where it's half destroyed. I just figure out why it's half destroyed. This is fun. Okay, so my continent has two major parts, the north and the south. There is a mountain range that I may rename eventually that splits them. And then I have islands to the east and I have island groups to the east and to the west. And I just realized I left a bag downstairs that has Oreos in it, and I have a son who will eat the shit out of those. I will be back in a minute and a half at most. So I gotta run down and find that. So give me a moment. Here we go. Go. Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay, yeah. Just in the nick of time so he doesn't see. Also, I had some M&Ms. Need those. Need some chocolate to keep my brain going. Because it's too late in the day to consume caffeine. So there we go. Fix where I am in this. To doors. Okay. Okay, hold on. The end of the war. Okay. Shit, where's my deities? Yeah, I got some. Okay, got it. Okay, we have just tied things up. To explain why that name's important. Number one, the era that my two games are currently running is known as the Rise of Adraeon era. There's the Island campaign, which is set 100 years after the North campaign. The Island campaign, at some point, Adraeon is going to show up on the island, probably near the end when they're getting ready to launch their assault. She will appear in her young form, in her maiden form, by which she goes as Daria. At that point, she'll have brassy red hair because her true form is a brass dragon. In the North campaign, She has that hair and is beginning to gain her powers. I have not decided when she remembers her true name yet, because that story is bringing her to the City of Dragons, which will be named Draetanis in her name, which is built under the Dragon Rock. The Temple of Draetanis is actually built at the base of the Dragon Rock itself. So yeah, there is a whole lot of stuff here. Yeah, the Second Age actually ends with the breaking of something called the Dragon Scepter coming up, and the death of all dragons, including Draetan. got to come up with something similar for the weave, because the weave is essentially the magic. We need a unique word for it. Okay. Let's go with fabric. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. I'm gonna. First one I created here. Yep, okay, so Suvriath. Okay, there we go. Got it. Okay. Okay. There we go. I'm having... So, assigned female presents female. Got it. Because uses female pronouns. Okay. Adraeon, the Platinum Fury. Yep, that's... Okay, this just... Ah, hang on. Okay, there we go. Not it, only it is. Not it's, not it is. Hang on. Let me hop into my YouTube. Blah, 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 blah. Hey, the Red Shirt Geeks is live. Hey, somebody's doing Worldbuilding Week stream part 2 of 3, probably. Oh, wait a minute. That's me. Wonder if the thumbnail will load up. I want do 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 do. Let's do blink. Blink. Boom. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Sunken Tower, by the way, is actually. So the problem of doing this is I have things referencing things referencing things. Let's see if I have access to it here. Sources, I can't remember the name of the Tales from the Yawning Portal. Oh yeah, it was the Sunless Citadel. We are going to call it. Okay. We're going to call it the Sunken Citadel. But this is actually a reference to, Tales of the Sunless Citadel. This, my original DOA campaign, the last thing we did was we ran the Sunken Citadel. The Sunless Citadel, I mean. Oh. Oh, it's actually Dwarvish. Oh well. Actually. This is the Fortress level, then the Grove level. So yeah, I'm kind of fudging, but let's be honest. Let's be honest here. The Sunless Citadel was so long ago. Sunless Citadel Part 2, blah blah blah. No tunnels, just trolls. Oh, Lemon's tiny fucking hut. Oh yeah, that was fun. They basically quick and they quickly threw up the party. Hetfield and Lena, bard and wizard, and I think they had Greta the barbarian with them at that point. They threw they were 2-player characters and an NPC meat shield, because bard and wizard. So they threw that together. I think it was right here actually. They got down on this level, disturbed some shit, went down here, sealed it off. This was exactly where we did it. They put up a tiny hut in here. I was able to grow shit around them and then basically attack the shit out of them when they did that. Because they decided to do a Charlatan Shrine, which I believe is 46. No, that's Old Shrine. 50. Where's the Charlatans? I was right there. But I think in one of these places, that's where I put the Dragon Scepter. But this was our last campaign. This is our last campaign. But yeah, I fucked them over for that. I tried to fuck them real good for that Lemon's tiny fucking hut shit. Because seriously. That's because creep baddies can't get into the tiny hut. Doesn't mean they can't plan for the tiny hut. Okay. We were just going to call it the Sunken Citadel. There we go. Okay. Doot doot. What's the hold on. I forgot. What's the crap? I forgot what it's called. Shit. Phylactery, okay. Okay. It's 47. I think we're going to stop there. Basically, here's the story from where we're going to go. Basically, the Mauvais are working about creating portals and opening the world up. Adraeon is going to do his best to stop this from happening. In the process, it's going to create a ripple that goes through the weave, which now I'm going to name the burn. The very fabric of magic. It's basically the weave is the fabric of magic that exists in D&D world. I'm going to call it the burn, and I'm not going to use the phrase weave because that's more specific to D&D. But yeah, basically, I think my original term was weave storm. We're gonna leave that out because I want to make this. I want to make this more system agnostic. So the burn is essentially a ripple of anti-magic that goes through the very fabric of magic itself, as in a great fire, and it burns most magic out of existence, which is why a Dracolich and a Lich will die, and those who are connected to magic will often die, and a lot of the Dragonborn and Kobolds will die, but I think they're going to survive. I think there's going to be small pockets of them that survive that eventually come out. But basically this precipitated by the Mauvais succeeding, opening a portal. The problem is their power is so great by this time that they don't punch a hole to the other part of them to another world. They manage to blow a hole in the veil and then actually hit the edge of the multiverse and pierce that. And that allows the void to find its way. Quick explanation. The void is basically, if you take the Cthulhu mythos, which is already turned up to 11, and crank it to 11 again, and recognize that this is an entity that absolutely wants to unmake everything, not just turn it into tentacle parties and crazy shit and cause insanity in mortal beings. This is God-eating, super everything. All reality comes apart bad, because this is like being outside the multiverse, but it's so pervasive that it can't really do much. It finds this crack and it starts its entry, but it is going to take centuries to do that. Then I haven't figured out how I'm going to do this, but essentially after the burn, a lot of things are going to be destroyed. The Mauvais will attempt to attack. I think the Mauvais, in retaliation, are going to attempt to attack the island. The gods will wipe them out. The gods will blast those fleets out of existence. A lot of retribution. The owlbears the small packs of owlbears that exist will be multiplied in great numbers and develop a taste for Mauvais and hunt them down as fast. A disease will be unleashed. Basically, just think biblical wiping, except that it's all the gods doing little things to punish them. But oh shit, I think we sent things out of control. And that's how the first age will end. Although the interlude will be the birth, the elves coming to creation, kobolds, and there will be kobolds and dragonborn that exist in tiny numbers that were hidden. There will be dragon eggs that are left. The Isle of the Dragons will be destroyed. and yeah, and he will come to and Adraeon will come to the gardens he had created to Adraeon will come to the gardens that he'd created that were protected from the burn, and he will release the elves that he'd been tinkering with into the world. And then the portals open. Portals open. Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot. Oh wow. Yeah, there's going to be destruction unnamed. We're going to drop a Tarrasque or something worse than a Tarrasque in the area. Either way, there's some crazy shit that's going to happen. But the portal's open. The domain of Nevernight forms. And then we tell the story of the Void and what it's doing. And the steps that Adraeon will take. Including calling in... Included in that is calling in an archmage who was originally in the first version was Mordenkainen. But being that I want a system agnostic this, it's going to be a former apprentice of the Wizard of the Balance who has long since passed, and her name is going to be a halfling, an elderly halfling by the name of Primrose Araneth Underhill. She's one of my characters I played in Castles and Crusades campaign. She will have basically made 20th level wizard on top of several levels of druid. Oh, she had minor druidic powers and full on and maximum wizard power. And she's going to basically be the one to seal the final portal, because she's gonna have a lot of power. And of course, she's gonna have a little help from a few of the younger gods will join her, and of course the one and only Aran Moonsong will probably be there on the front lines with her. Will be in the main power, and they'll be protected, and they're going to be protected by a small party consisting of a younger bard by the name of Hetfield, a barbarian named Thorain, a ranger that I can't remember the characters. I can't remember the PCs what the player character named him, because I'm just drawing a blank on it. I'll look it up and write it down, and eventually that'll be a girl named Daria who will unleash her full Draytan at some point in that. And this will be to buy time to stop the Void from actually penetrating, while Prim seals the portal. That is the big climactic battle. That is the big final climactic battle of my what is it? Shit, I can't remember. Of my North campaign. After that, it will be them traveling west. A lot of this will be narrated in post narration. A lot of this will be them coming to the west, coming to the Isle, and Daria ascending and fully assuming her form for the first time in the temple and becoming Adraeon. The end. Happy, happy, joy, joy. Then I can let somebody else run a fucking campaign so I can take a break because I'm running too much stuff. But yeah. Oh yeah. The Wandering Folk, aka the Vistani. I'll probably refer to them as Vistani in the game, but they will be the Wandering Folk in my book. Yeah. Then I got the South. I've got a campaign setting that I'm thinking. We got the Island campaign with the Order and the Illuminati. The Era of Peace is going to be after the rise of Adraeon, and as they spread things out. This is 100 years after this campaign. And this is the original DOA campaign, where Hetfield von Ulrich, a follower of St. Hetfield, and Lena is two E's. And Greta the Barbarian, who's actually named after a dog that died when I was trying to come up with a name. They rediscover the Dragon Scepter, have to keep it from some bad guys whose brother they killed getting it because he was a druid and he was maintaining the Golthias tree down in the Sunless Citadel. Although how I'm going to spin that, okay, so yeah, I'm going to have to write. Lars is actually going to write that section because he's going to write it as Hetfield von Ulrich. The first character, the reason St. Hetfield exists, the reason Bardic meta-knowledge exists. All of this is off of that fucking idea of his, is a character that smashes a couple names of people in Metallica and together to make a bard. And that kills all the dragons, Adraeon, and the Second Age, which is going to eventually lead to the Third Age. The Tales of the Northern Uprising is as the about 700 years later, with their dragons completely dead and their anger growing, eventually. And a cult of dead dragons rising up, the Dragonborn and Kobolds will try to take control of the North and find a way to resurrect their dragon gods. After that, once that's done, the adventures in that Tales of the Northern Uprising will eventually make their way south to the great city, where they will have to deal with something that big super Tarask thing. Which, okay, so let me do this. Ryoko's Guide to the Yokai Realms. Hold on. I'm going to give them a little bit of love because this just dropped. I don't know if I'm pledging it. It's already backed, obviously. But I've got rules here for kaiju fights, which D&D Shorts just dropped dropped in a video, and I caught the video, and I created this. This is the rules I need to run that game. So yada 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 yada. Basically, it's got some crazy monsters and magic shit, and yeah. Okay, I gotta look at this. I'm actually gonna look at this. 30 hours. Includes some clickable stretch goals. 60 for the book. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I'll need handouts. But yeah. Yeah, D&D Shorts created it. This fucker. He's awesome. We also have a lot to thank him because he was one of the people in the lead on the whole D&D OGL mess. Gargantuan monster fighting system. Basically fighting kaiju. Or giant monsters that aren't, rather than just having a simple stat block, you have, let me see if I can find it. Give me a sec here. History. Give me a minute here. I've got so much stuff open. We're just going to throw them a little bit of love because... where is that? D&D Shorts. Let me find them. There we go. Where's the... Let me... Quick pause. So I'm just going to post this, that there, and there's the YouTube. But I was really coming here for this. So let's look at this real quick. Basically, colossal apex monsters. Basically, I'm going to take a Tarrasque and start with a Tarrasque frame and build a kaiju. Basically, you target air. Basically, you have vulnerable areas you target. Found where vulnerable is targetable by any creature. Yeah, the whole idea of basically a creature that's you've got to attack in stages. You got target areas. You can climb them. Basically, any god's basic. Here we go. So some things I can tell you. It doesn't have traditional hit points. It has a chaos threshold. Once it takes 150 points, it does some crazy shit. When you hit all of its vulnerabilities, it takes 50 points in a single turn to kill it. That's a lot of damage. Let's see here. Let's see here. Let's see. Yeah, this is a more difficult. I'm trying to find some things. Phone wearers, fins. All damage. Phone wearers immune to all damage when the fins are glowing. They lose immunity to damage type charging. Gold of Radiant, Orange of Thunder. Once. Upturn scale is. Turn scale, water form. Can't be scaled, can only be damaged by cold, force, and lightning damage. Rampage, enters water form. Ooh, okay, cast threshold is reduced to 0, it's a water form. There it goes, water form. Smart echoing roar. That is kind of crazy. Can no longer use a breath weapon. Fin vulnerability exploited. Three exploited vulnerable areas. Takes a finishing blow in a single turn. Okay, so we have. Okay, so that's my last thing. There's a Kickstarter you may want to back. Maybe one day I'll be doing a Kickstarter. The Red Shirt Geeks doing a Kickstarter would be the most awesome thing in everything. Okay, so yeah, So yeah, that's pretty much everything I got sorted there. So I think we're going to leave it for tonight because it's after 11 and I got pills to take. And I've been forgetting to take my pills, which is a bad thing because, well, one of them's diabetes, one of them's high blood pressure. Got 4 for high blood pressure. Yeesh. It sucks getting freaking old. Pill time! One's so tiny I can barely see it. The other one's a fucking horse pill. So I think we'll continue this tomorrow night. I'm definitely not going to do it Friday because Friday I get up, I work. After I get off work, I need to get some sleep because I work Saturday and I play D&D Friday night, and I'm not going to function on 3 hours of sleep. And then Saturday night I'm not going to be streaming because I'm not going to be playing games, but I am going to be at a cross country meet and probably wearing myself out and then chill out when we get home. And yeah, I'm not doing anything. Sunday, Lars and I will be back streaming, but we are streaming Star Trek Online because new content dropped. I have tried most of the content, but not the stories. I'm going to actually save the story, so Lars and I get there on Sunday, and we are surprised. Both don't know what we're going to see. Because I'm not in that much of a hurry to do it. So, I think we'll leave it there. So, until next time, see ya when I see ya. Bitch.